Hey everybody, it's Miss Amanda, and today we're going to be doing a STEAM art activity using straws. So in order to do this activity, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need some paint. Whatever amount of colors you decide to use, you're going to need cups to match that. You're going to add a little bit of water into each cup. You're going to need straws, of course, like I already mentioned, and a medicine dropper, pipette, or you can still use your straws to do the same effect. You're going to also need a piece of paper. Cardstock, a thicker piece of paper, is going to work best since we're going to be making watercolor. Did not have white, so blue is going to work. Before we get into the actual activity and project, let's go over a few things. So let's go over the word force. Force is a push or pull on an object that's going to change its motion or its direction. So if you are to push something, it means you're coming in contact with something and you are changing its direction to push it away from you. On the other hand, pulling is the opposite. When you are pulling something, you're coming in contact with it and you are making its motion go towards you and changing its direction. So push is away from you and pulling is towards you. You're changing its direction and its motion. Let's use wind for an example. So the word wind really just means air that is moving, air that is in motion. So for example, the air inside a balloon isn't really moving, it's not doing much, it's trapped inside there. But on the other hand, sometimes when you are, say, blowing out your candle or blowing a balloon, you are taking the air from your lungs and you are blowing it out into the balloon or onto the candles. So do you think that that is a push or a pull kind of force? Think, where's the air going? Is the air going away from you or is it going towards you? It's going away from you, right? How you can blow things away, or say when you blow a bubble, the wind that you are pushing out is forming away from you and then it's floating away from you. On the other hand, also what you can do when you take a straw, when you suck into your drink, you are pulling the drink into your mouth. That is a pull factor. So today we are going to be using the force, push, and we are going to be creating wind with our lungs and blowing out through a straw. So we're going to make watercolors to do that, and that's what we're going to be pushing. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a little bit of each of your color and you're going to mix it into your water to make it a little bit thinner to make more of a watercolor. Instead of paint, you can always use food coloring instead to make your colors. So once you have all the colors that you're going to use, I'm going to use my primary colors. I'm going to use my bit of straw to pick it up instead of using an eyedropper, and I'm just going to place random colors onto my paper. Now that I put colorful droplets onto my paper, I'm actually going to use the other part of the straw that I cut, and I'm going to start from one side. I'm going to start from this end that's closer to me, and I'm going to blow into my straw. I'm actually going to bend my straw, or you can get in level with your paper, and you are going to blow, and you are going to push the air out of the straw and onto the paint. So you're going to see that the paint is going to now change its direction and motion. Right now it's stationary, which means it's not moving, it's staying still, it's in place. But now you're going to apply a force onto it and you're going to make it move away from you. So this is going to be a push. So I'm going to push it towards the camera. Let's give it a go. Now that I pushed all of the paint away from me, you can always change the direction. You can go on a different side of the paper and you can blow this way to make your streaks go whichever way you want. You can turn your paper around, but I wanted my streaks to all go in the same direction. So I always started from the same point and I made sure that I was blowing my air, creating wind, going into about the same direction on the other side of the paper. So when you're done, you can let this dry, and then if you want to get a little bit more creative, you can try to use a marker and outline and create designs or see what you think your creation looks like. Right now, I think my creation looks a little bit like, I would say, octopus or jellyfish. So maybe afterwards, I'm going to outline them to create them into actual octopus and jellyfish and give them a face. But there's one other way you can do this. So I just started off with a blank piece of paper. You can also start off with something that you want to create. So for example, now at this work, I made a face. And it looks like something crazy is going on in her. She's gasping like, and I am going to make her hair blowing in the wind going crazy. So I am going to put droplets all around her hairline, and I'm going to make them blow upwards in a way like it's a crazy hurricane outside. So I'm going to place my paper towards me, and I'm going to do that very quickly. So now that I'm done with this one, it's still a little wet, so I'm going to flip it over really quick to show you. It looks like she's having a really crazy bad hair day. Pretty cool, right? So this was a pretty cool but pretty simple project and lesson to learn. I hope you guys get creative with what your artwork looks like and turns into, and you get creative with what you can make. I think next time I'm going to make a troll because I think trolls have the perfect hairdo for this project.